over here. Please get over here. Oh, stop falling over. There we go. Lights on. Hi. Let me get a second to just set things up and let the stream catch up because the recording has a like 2-3 second delay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera while I'm doing this and move my camera so I'm a little bit more in the center. Like there. Just a second. I'm gonna configure video. I almost turned off the camera. That would have been very upsetting. Oop, 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 oop. Nope, grabbed the wrong thing. Don't we love to see streamers just playing with their camera for like the first hour? It's not gonna be an hour. It's gonna be like 10 minutes, but it feels like an hour. It's like that annoying space in between subjects where like the streamers will try to figure something out, try to like hunt something down in the chat. Maybe I'm just talking about a son. I don't know. But anyways, let me keep playing with the camera for a bit because it's fun to just grab the camera. I think we're good. And the focus can stay on automatic. White balance. More orange. Too orange. Boop, 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 boop. Just way too blue. Just somewhere like there. That feels good. We're gonna go for... Oh, that's right. Hold on. Exposure down. Nope. There we go. Exposure up. Brightness down. Get more fine-tune control on it. Bring up the contrast just a little bit. Let's relax. Saturation, pump that up quite a bit because I look like a ghost. I mean, I am pretty pale, but it's a little crazy how pale I look on camera. I mean, specifically with like the bright orange light, there should be a little color on me. It's supposed to compensate. None of us go outside. This is Twitch. No one goes outside. If you go outside, you're doing Twitch wrong. Or you go to Kick, which is definitely a problem. Ooh. Let me put on my... I'm going to wipe off my glasses in just a second. I'm trying to open up the Twitch on my end so I can keep an eye on the back end or the user end. Is that what they call it? I took IT for 2 or 3 years, but I only barely remember how it works. User interface? That sounds right. End user. That's the term I was thinking of. End user is the term for like the person actually goes to the website or person who actually uses a program. So we're the back end, the programmers, the IT guys that actually fix everything up and understand how like the website works. The end user is the person who actually like buys the website, uses the website. The customer, basically. Unless the customer is a business, in which case it's a little different. I mean, technically the business will still be an end user. It's just a little different. Cash App has a Twitch stream? Weird. Alright. Everything's open. I see my piece just sitting there. Give me just a few seconds. We're talking, and me and my friends are talking politics, and it is very interesting. Sorry. We're talking about the big news that McCarthy just got ousted, but let's not make this a political thing because I would go on for way too long and it'd be really funny because what is even happening? Okay, so hi. It's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So let's roll this out just piece by piece. I think what happened was 1 week I missed because I just got too tired, woke up too late. It happens. I'm a very terrible person when it comes to sleep because I'm still on night shift. Still catches up with me. Sometimes I just the day I get home from work, I'll just like not want to go to bed because I have a really love-hate relationship with going to bed. Hang on just a second. Let me make sure my audio is working. Yep, I hate my voice, but it's working. Okay, let me move my mic a little bit further because I forgot that I boosted my audio a long time ago. Okay, so first week, just fell asleep. Sorry. Second week, I went to Seattle. So I was in Seattle for 3 days, and that was really fun. I like Seattle. It's like a nice little sleepy town. The only issue is just that I didn't like the roads. So the roads, a lot of them in Seattle are angled at like 20 to 40 degrees. I don't really know degrees, but I can't think of degrees off the top of my head. Let me see if I can show you a picture, if it'll even show up on camera. I took like 120 photos. I was indiscriminate with my camera. There we go. Let's see, does it adjust? Let me turn on the brightness. I think that actually works, if I remember correctly. There you go, now you can see it. So that is like where we were at during the weekend. And it was just all roads were at that angle. Let me straighten it out. There you go. Just like at an insane angle. So like every time you were just walking up a single street, you was just especially because, you know, me and my group, we weren't like athletes. Like I'm probably like the healthiest out of my entire group, and I don't think like I was getting pretty worn out after like 1 or 2 streets. So lots of Ubering, and strangely enough, Uber is really cheap over there. We would have taken the train, but the trains in Seattle are iffy. Like basically the only good train they have is like the train that goes straight down the entirety of Seattle. Going from like a museum to Pike Street Market or Pike Marketplace, whatever it's called, I forgot already. Would take like way too long. Like it just doesn't go that direction. And the trains that do go that direction aren't great. It's just a lot of messy stuff in that. But Seattle was fun. I like Seattle. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's just a really pretty, rainy, quiet little town. It wasn't as much blue-haired SJWs like myself as I thought. I mean, mainly we were in a like tourist location, so that makes sense. But yeah, I didn't see that many like crazy-looking people. It just looked like a normal bunch of normal whites. A lot of whites. And other ethnicities too. I mean, there was a lot of nationalities that I don't really see in my end of North Carolina, or small town, or southern. Usually those places are pretty high concentrations of just white people. But Seattle was a little bit more diverse. I think just that area has a lot more going on there. And then we saw the Pike Place Street Market Street. I think I actually have a book from there. Never mind. I'm gonna like throw like 100 comics on the floor if I try to reach for it. My desk is still a mess. This just says public market. I don't know if I'm like missing a word. Yeah, that's not focusing. But yeah, that like big market that they have down there. That place is cool. We went to the museum over there, the Pop Museum. Yeah, we just had a really good time. We were going to do like an underground. We were going to go to like a cat coffee shop that they have over there. But we didn't have that much time. And we got pretty like tired after like the second or third day. So it was still a good trip. But, we didn't do anything too crazy. It was a good time. I like Seattle. Definitely would live there if I had the choice to. But we looked at the rents and everything there. And yeah, it is nasty how expensive everything is in Seattle. But even in North Carolina, some of the places can get really expensive. So there isn't really any refuge of like cheap places. Like cheap in America is like, I don't know, $900 rent. That might just be where my perspective, but like as far as I've ever seen, like the cheapest house I've ever found, just like on Zelle for North Carolina was like, yeah, like in the $800 to $900 a month. But I'm also picky. Like I want to live next to the nicer areas, so I didn't look in the backwoods because I'm not trying to live in a trailer park. I think you can get like $450 a month in those places, but not what I would prefer. All right, so that was why I was gone for 1 week. I think I got back just before Tuesday, but you know, whenever you get back from a trip off on an airplane, you need some time to catch up. I was just too tired to get back to it. But then, the weekend after that, which was this past weekend, I went to a Renaissance Festival, the Carolina Renaissance Festival, and that was pretty fun. I was hoping this was going to be like a refuge for the nerdy people, you know, like the people who have like a lot of introverted personality. It was okay. It was fine. Like, I think I still liked going to a con solo a little better. I did the costume. The place was very pretty. All the shows were very fun. I liked the people there, and they're all great. But I tried putting myself out there a little bit. Didn't really get a lot back, and that sucked. But it's not, you know, that's not. I think that's more of just like an experience. Like that, obviously, other people are gonna have better experiences. I'm just like terrible at having conversations with normal people. It is what it is. That's why I'm on Twitch, because I can't talk to people in person. But yeah, so Seattle Renaissance Festival. Me being a sleepy boy, but now I'm here. I started a little late because all that political news like hit my chat like 5 minutes before I was about to get on stream. So I wanted to just expound upon it for a bit. Okay. They're still going on in the chat, but I'm going to try to focus. So, we're going to get back to this guy, this lad, Chance. Where is the friggin' thing? Or Connell is his true name, but you got to get a new name every few years, or else people will start to suspect something off. But Chance is what he's going by currently in this form. Okay, let's see. Do I have any notes? So paint over the texture and trails as everything is conceived. I know exactly what that means, even though it makes no sense, because it's basically just telling me to remember exactly how I imagine it. In the end, I'm going to make everything very gritty looking, very like roughly textured, and I think that's going to be like something I get in the final touches whenever I get the lighting and everything. All right, but back to the to-do list. So we're going to keep working on the background. Something that's been in the back of my head, and I'm surprised I actually remember it, is I'm going to add more photographs because I think it looks a little empty. I think I always planned on there being more photographs. I only kept those because I kept erasing the background, and I would never like add it back in. So we'll add maybe like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7. That's way too much. Hold on. Like 3 or 4. But if you were here for the last streams, you know that these photos take like 20 minutes. 30 minutes at the most. It shouldn't be too bad. If anything, it's probably going to take more time to think of what to put in those photos. And then what else do we have in the background that needs to be worked on? Maybe just more of this guy, getting him a little bit more detailed out. He was a little bit quickly done. He's pretty good right now. Like, I actually like this look. And whenever I was looking at the videos that I was doing afterwards, like the editing of him, the image of his face kind of like, you know, slack jawed, just completely knocked out. I think all of that works really well. Like, you can read it from afar and tell that's a dude knocked out. And then, yeah, some texture on the table to make it a little bit less just like a black hole. I do need to lighten things up a little bit in general. Everything looks a little bit too down. But, you know, that's probably going to be in the final tweaks whenever I get, like, all the colors and the grading. Then we do the highlights. I did a little bit of highlight on his hair, his face, just to give, like, a sense of where we're going with the highlights. And then the lighting and final touches. So lighting, so we're gonna get like a big like spotlight look, but not too bright. I still want it to look like it's a very down and gritty bar. Oop, 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 oop. Hold on. Hold on, one second. Have mercy. We're doing very dumb things in my personal Discord. Yeah, we're gonna keep working on its background. I think I'm gonna just jump right into doing the paintings in the background. I think that'll be good. What is this? Oh, this is the background painting. Hang on. Now that I think about it. Let's go into my art. I think because I usually, as soon as I'm done with my stream, I'll like post something and then just like rip into like all the little notes for myself. That way I can go back to it. Okay. Let's see. Something to push for at least. Okay. So yeah, I need to push the painting a little bit further into the background, probably by desaturating it and darkening. We'll see. Me and my friends are pretty artsy, so I like dropping my art in the chat and they can like help with feedback. Sometimes they ignore me, but you know, it's a bit to be expected. So it's hard to like always have like the same energy for a painting, because I mean, I do like paintings every single day. Sorry, I say every single day, but I haven't made a post in like almost a month. Okay, desaturation. Whoa, that's kind of cool looking. Way too strong. A little bit like that. A little less on the desaturation. I'm gonna also make it like a multiply. Darken it just a touch. Just a touch. We got like 3 things going on. Let me name these so I don't forget. Painting desaturation. Why am I spelling it like DeSantis? Desaturation. DeSantis. Oh, wait, how does he? Because he changes the way he pronounces his name. DeSantis. I don't know. Who cares? Let's see. The painting. I'm just gonna call it multiply because that is what it is as a layer. I should be able to understand that. And this one, painting color. Let's call it filter because it's more like that green filter like in Fallout 3. Okay. So let's bring up the lighting because it does look a little too dark. A little less desaturation. Just like that. Then how about the filter? Just right there. I'm gonna group these two. I don't know if I can do that actually. If I group them, then they're not gonna affect the layer right. Yeah, I can't do that. I just want to see what it looks like before and after. Let's make a duplicate. Control C, Control V. I say Control V. Okay. Let's move this out of the group. Close this. All right. So on. This is what it looks like before. This is what it looks like now. It's still kind of hard to tell. Hang on. I'm gonna have to do it like this. Gonna make another layer. B. There we go. So this is a little bit more accurate to what it was before. This is what it was like just like a minute ago. So yeah, just a few things to push it to the back. He's not as shiny and blue. Is that working? Hold on, let me check. No, actually, hold on. No, I gotta put it in a group, don't I? Oh, and it didn't center itself for some reason. It's all the way down here. What is happening? Why are you over there? It's probably a setting that I don't know about that makes it so when I copy and paste it, like sends it all the way to the bottom of the screen. And I'm too lazy to look that up right now. That should be good enough. It doesn't. It only needs the effect of painting. I don't know why I got really worked up for a second there. Okay. I was about to scream. Move the mic away for a bit. Okay, so this is actually what we just did. So on off, on off, on off. Yeah, I think it just pushes it back a little bit. I think, hold on, let me erase just a little bit of this multiply. I want to erase it so the frame doesn't get caught in it. That way, like, it still matches with the color of everything, all the other wood. And maybe also erase it on the desaturation. It can stay everywhere else, though. Okay. So I'm going to delete the other one. Nope. I said I'd delete the other one. There we go. And then we're going to go back to the painting. This is all one layer. Hang on 1 second. I don't know if the like photo paintings are in. Yep, that's a part of the background. I really went crazy, didn't I? Alright. So I'm gonna do like one right here. It's like a small little skinny one. And do like here. This is also like for a specific theme. I've been in like some Irish pubs. Again, he's Scottish, not Irish, but I can't guarantee it. But I think there's quite a bit of crossover in this. They have like a lot of like tchotchkes on the wall and like silly stuff, and then like a lot of photographs to like make it look like a, you know, like they have like a real connection to like history. Which is, I think I brought this up before, but a lot of that is fake. They actually like can buy like packs of like old-timey photographs to make things look like it's been there forever. So like bars that have only been there for 14 years will have like a ton of photos all over the place of like old people from the 1900s or 1800s. A lot of them are fake, except for I guess like, you know, ones that you can actually just look up as like actual historical bars. I don't think there's too much harm in it. Just kind of weird. Okay. So, we got him and Jeremy McNeil. I think that's his name. Just one of the building, probably the bar in front. Just a group of people up here. What can we do here? We can do like a headshot, maybe like the person who like runs the bar, because this character just owns the bar. He doesn't actually run it himself. We could say this is like the grandfather of the guy who ran it first. Because this would already probably be like the second or third generation who's run the bar. Gonna give him like an old newsboy cap. Very Irish coded, but I don't know enough about Scottish people. I don't think I'm going too off the beaten path by just saying they probably had old people. They probably have a lot of photographs in their bars. I hope none of the Scottish are going to get like strangle me for like accusing them of having photographs all over the place. Is it the same color? Why does everything look different? This color right here, is that? What is the same color? No, hold on. It's a little bit lighter. But that's probably because I chose like the one pixel where it's like slightly brighter than everywhere else. We'll get this look to look more like a face in a minute. Just need to work everything out. How does this look? Okay, yeah. This isn't looking too bad. This is not looking too bad. Kind of want his head to be smaller, but actually, there's nothing stopping me from doing that. Let me just scrap it real quick. Bam. He'll come back. Let me grab this color. There we go. So something like here. That's about like the size I want for his head. Give him some shoulders. Maybe some like little caved in shoulders, you know, like an old man, just really slouched. Maybe just like the bar up here. Some bottles. Just the impression of things. You don't really need too much for like a background detail. People get the idea. Or if they don't, it's like not gonna really take away. You can kind of tell like, okay, there's some old-timey vintage photos, and that's about all you need to know. You don't need to know exactly the story of each and every painting, and you can kind of like leave just room for interpretation there. Let me grab an eraser. Let's not grab an eraser. Let's never do that again. I forgot this is all one layer. I've been doing like one layer paintings where I keep everything as like few layers as possible. Sometimes one layer, more than likely I keep like a background color, and then one layer where everything else is on. So like, you know, the actual character, the background. I've been doing that a lot on some like iPad sketches that I've been working on. It's kind of fun and pretty rewarding whenever like everything like falls together just right. I'm gonna get a little detailed here. Let's see if we can like make like a face of an old man. Some bushy eyebrows. There we go. Some eye bags. This is actually going really well. This is like exactly what I was thinking in my head. I really am grateful for the fact that like sometimes I'll just like turn my brain off and just slap colors together, and sometimes it actually works out. It's really useful. Like I'll just be like, I have no idea if this is gonna work, but we're just gonna go ahead and just run through it, and then it works out. I'm like, that is weird. Like I don't know what I just did, but it worked, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Okay, then let's get his like arms, because right now he looks like a ghost. Which I guess works, but you know. Oh, that's right. Hold on. I was trying to make his shoulders very slouch, like Hellboy shoulders. Just weirdly hunched shoulders for no reason. Besides, it looks cool. Or in the case of Hellboy, in this guy, he's not trying to look cool. Let's see, put a like beer glass in his hand. Do Scots call it pubs? Hold on 1 second. I've been calling it a pub, but I don't even know if that's like a Scottish thing. What Scottish pub? Do they call it pub? Oh, it looks like I looked this up before. Yeah, traditional pubs that go back which date back hundreds of years. Let's see. The Sheep's Hide Inn is apparently a famous one. Let's look that up. Why do they have cookies on a random bar in freaking Scotland that's like super old? That's so weird that they're like, oh yeah, we need to get so modern day that we actually like steal your cookies so we know exactly where you're going from site to site. or they sell it themselves, which is just crazy. Or maybe it's like a Squarespace thing. Where is... Yeah, here we go. Gallery. Let me just see what this bar looks like on the inside. I got it. I got it. I know exactly what I'm doing. You cannot tell me I did not get it exactly right. Just look at this. Why are you all the way in the back? Get over here. I tell you what. I got it. You got the random pictures of just like old-timey people. See, look. The picture of the front of the building. That's exactly what I got over here. Like, I didn't even look up any references for this building. I just did this on my own. Then you got like, what even is that? And then, yeah, look. They even have the freaking exact same, like, rafters. God, I'm so good at this. I could basically, like, create, like, a world on my own. That's always what I do whenever I, like, make up a story in my head, is, like, I never like doing it in actual locations because I don't know enough about the location. I get really, like, self-conscious about, like, writing about a story, and then somebody who actually lives there reading that and be like, none of this makes sense. This guy's an idiot. So, like, I'll always, like, make my own location and just, like, put a lot of, like, believable stuff. Like, really, like, stories that feel, like, inspired by, like, other historical things that I've read about, like, other cities. So, like, I get, like, a general sense of, like, this could feel real. Like, what is it? Haddonfield, Illinois? Like, that's the place for the Michael Myers and Halloween in that film franchise. Like, Haddonfield, I think, is a real name for a city, but I think that specific Haddonfield is fictional. And the reason it works is because it's just themed after a normal I was about to say Midwestern town. That's the word. So, like, it doesn't matter if it's not a real place. It feels real. Wait, why is there two? Is there another shadow? Shadow? Oh, no, that's painted in. Okay. No, that's not. Where is that other shadow coming from? Oh, here it is. Turn that off, turn that off. There we go. Now it's all even. Okay. I have reestablished my confidence. I know exactly what I'm doing. I love it when a good plan comes together. Why is my paintbrush like so tiny? There we go. Actually, it's super normal sized. And you're just stupid. It's a super normal sized paintbrush, and you're kind of an idiot. This is a happy little guy. Loud as humanly possible. Always in for a good laugh. Ears open, kept the drinks pouring. This is a good guy. I'm gonna give him like a little apron. It's dirty work. Always kept the bars clean. Clean enough to eat off of. Which, I mean, it should be. I mean, that's what you do at a bar. I mean, you drink, but, you know, occasionally food will pass by your lips. Does anybody go to a bar and not eat? That's weird. I don't drink, so I literally have no idea. But I feel like you would just have, like, something to eat. And some water. I know that's like something people like do to like keep themselves healthy, but like, do people like just drink beer and not drink any water? Like, I feel like even when I'm just drinking soda, like I'll just clear my mouth out with some water. Like, how do you need to like remind yourself to drink water? Drinking's weird. I'm gonna do some like little reflections. Maybe it's like a room behind him. Maybe it's like the mirror. Who knows? I forgot this was all one layer. Do some light there. A little bit right here on the bar. Maybe just some. Just a little dusting of color there. Gonna trim this off, clean it up. There we go. That's another one. Oh, his hat looks a little untextured. Nothing too crazy, just a little dusting of shade so he doesn't look like all one tone. Kind of reminds me of the other bar guy I did for the Talib sketch. There we go. Perfect. You can see it's seamless once you zoom out. Oh, my knuckles. My knuckles. Big stretch. Ooh, I forgot to tell you guys. I got a second tattoo. So I got the first one done like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. So I decided to finally sit down and get the other one finished. So now I have both wrists done. We are very Bioshock inspired. Ooh, I got it at a much cheaper place this time. It's not as accurate as could be, but it's fine. It's not like super noticeable unless you like look at it really, really harshly. And there is a little bit of like a creature in the back of my brain that's just like, it's not perfect. It's not perfectly symmetrical. But you know, we can just squash that little bug. The little demon in the back of my head that's telling me that everything needs to be perfect, everything needs to be clean and symmetrical. Why am I doing that? Let me leave that painting alone. Okay, next painting. I'm gonna do a car. Something about a car just feels right. I might do another square one. I think this one's gonna need to be a square. Just like keep the like a variety in the shapes. Too many round ones. Also maybe push it further down. Doesn't crowd out the space too much. Let's see. Oop, wrong one. There we go. Perfect. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, that feels right. This one probably should go a little higher. Why do I keep putting that eraser? My muscle reflexes are still just like snapping back to the eraser every 5 seconds. Yeah, this feels about right. What else do they have on the walls? Do I still have that photograph I just took from the internet? Yes, I do. Let's see. Photographs. Let's see. It looks like a light switch that they painted over. Oh, look at that. They have like an ice skate. See, that's what I mean. They just have like tchotchkes on the wall. It's like weirdly organized too. This is a weird looking bar. But I guess the interior design doesn't matter that much. I also have this reference. This one feels a little bit more like well put together. It'd be funny if this was like the same bar too. Just like a different area. But like things feel a little bit more cohesive here as far as like the interior looks. Nice brass pipes. Everything's got a clean like black look to it. The furniture also is like similarly dark except for this like one crazy looking chair. I would never be the guy to sit in that chair. That one looks like a throne. You have to be the drunkest one at the pub in order to get that chair. Alright. We're just right on his dong. I'm going to make this one a deed, because I think I can knock this one out real quick. Because there is no way I'm going to actually write down a deed for a bar. So it's just going to be like random scribblings. Just got to make it look official. Just right there. Just right there. Maybe a little bit thicker on the bottom. Just a tiny bit thicker. Just a little bit. So yeah, very happy I got my second tattoo. Now that both of those are done, I can actually start thinking about something a little bit more original. I'm thinking maybe... Me and my friends are little rat boys. We like rats. So I'm thinking of doing maybe like... Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna maybe... come on. I need to grab this reddish color. Gonna try to make it look old-timey. Hold on. This is hard to do. Let's try doing it with a pencil. I keep making this letter D like super close for some reason. Need more room. There we go. Perfect. I'm trying to go for like that thin old English type font. Looks like a musical note. It's alright. It's alright. No one's gonna pay attention. No one's gonna notice. D, that's enough. Maybe like a little symbol, some kind of like flag or banner, like the little just like decorative banners they have on things. I could put it in Scots Gaelic. That would be really crazy if I just wanted to spend like an hour here. Look up what a deed looks like, make it in Scots Gaelic. I'm pretty sure they don't use Scots Gaelic for like official deeds. Then we can put like a pen. Let's try to make a signature for Connell. Like an old-timey one. Let me see. Can I use this paintbrush? There you go. This is really bad. Hold on. I can do a good fake signature, but it takes me a while. I'm gonna go for like something angled right there. Ooh, hold on. Make it come through. Hold on, it's too messy. There we go. Then we get. Let's get a little spicy. I'm basically just doing my own signature at this point. Ooh. Switch back to the pencil. Nope. There we go. Feels too empty. I might put some texture on it. Just brush it a little bit like here. Yeah, put it like in, almost like it's in glass. Just like a quick little, just like that. There we go. A nice little bit of texture. Let's pull it back a bit. Just brush it a little bit back here. Add a little bit of glare. Like a little bit like that. A little bit like here. There we go. There we go. Now I think that really fades into the background. It was a little bit too simplified, where like I couldn't even it was like a little bit bright. I think now I'm even noticing like this one right here is a little bit like that, where there's like this one right here. I did a lot of like streaks in order to make it look like it's like a pane of glass in front of the photograph, and it's like reflecting lights in all sorts of directions. But it looks like I didn't do that here, so I'm gonna just add a little bit of dusting towards the top and towards the edges. Dusting is a weird word for it, but ooh, too much, way too far. It's a little bit of glazing. Just a little bit of glaze, just what's some glaze between brethren, between brethren. A little bit like that. Oop, oop, oop. There's no heresy happening here, but by God. Let's undo a little bit. Specifically this middle streak right here. There we go, right there. That's the one that I wanted to get out of there. And then just a little bit more streaking here. I'm also going to redo the border because it does look really crazy. Just a little bit like that. Right there. Get some texture on that bad boy. Then here. Oop. There we go. There we go. Trim that a bit. Trim this up top. There we go. Nice. Okay. Just a little bit of cleaning on that. So we just need 2 more photographs. I already decided that this one was going to be a car. Why? Because it just feels like something silly they would have. Silly, I mean, it's just... We're all silly. We all silly down here. Bars, just going to be cars, machinery, horses, man stuff. In the Mojo Dojo of Casa House. Just man stuff. What's manlier than horses? Big man. Man stuff. Big man stuff. Man stuff. Big man stuff. I'm a big boy. Big man. Women, get out. They don't need to be here in the Mojo Dojo Casa House. Mojo Dojo. Okay. Grab this like redder color. I wanted this one to be like really bright from the start because I think landscape photos tend to be a little bit more gray, or tend to be a little bit brighter as far as the background. I'm not exactly sure what the science is behind that. There's probably like a logistical explanation. I'm gonna go for like something like this. If this is America, I'd say it's like a moonshiny truck. I don't know how like the alcohol went in other countries. The history of sobriety movements, if there was even like a sobriety movement. This is what trucks look like, right? You guys would know. Here we go. Big old dumper back here. I don't know what cars look like. Some people have like very weird specialties. I think I've talked about this before, but like back in school, like I remember people have like very specific like areas that they would be like really good at drawing. Some people would do shoes. Some people did Sonic for whatever reason. Sonic was a very big thing in my elementary school. Just a bunch of kids that love drawing Sonic characters all the time in their own OCs. If you go on DeviantArt, it's all over the place. They come in packs. I did video game stuff, but it wasn't like any video games that people know. It would be like original stuff in my head. I try to like make my own games, but they'd all be stick figures because I've explained this before too. I did not draw very well for a long period of time in my life, even though I've done it since preschool. So elementary school, I was just doing like stick figures of a guy with a hat and being like, oh, this is going to be the best video game in the world. Even though it'd just be like Mario with swords. because I didn't really understand anything about video games back then because I didn't actually play that many of that big of a variety of games. I didn't even play Mario. That's not true. I had Super Mario Sunshine, but that's not like a Mario game. It's a little different. 3D Mario games were different and better. It kind of looks like a truck from afar. I don't know why it looks so weird to me. I'm gonna do like two guys like sitting in front. What does this mean? I have no idea. Maybe it's like a guy who owned a bar. You see, we're going back to stick figures. You go back to your roots, guys. Put some stuff in the truck. And then you're gonna do like another guy right here. And make him a little shorter. Maybe he's like leaning on the truck. Right now they're little shadow figures, but I'm gonna put some white. And we're gonna detail them out a bit. He's got overalls. I guess if it's Scotland, maybe it'd be better to put farms. But some sheep somewhere. I could do sheep. Maybe just a little bit of wildlife. We can make it. I'm thinking like the desert for some reason, and I think it'd actually be better if I do a little bit of like the one thing I know that Scotland has, which is definitely some sheep. Not like New Zealand sheep, but you know. Definitely got like a lot of sheep in the like backwoods. Not backwoods, farmland. Got a dumper for some reason. Hold on. Let me fix that. He's not trying to be all glued up on a Tuesday night. There we go. Maybe brighten up some of the other parts of the car. So got a mirror here. A little bit of thing over here. A little bit of a thingamajig. There we go. Maybe some wheels. No, oh, I can do better. There we go. Make this thinner. This horizon line. I'm gonna make this sky a little grayer. Maybe like a little bit of clouds. Yeah, big stormy look. Some dirt. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna make this is looking a little Badlands right now. I'm gonna fix that up. Add some sheep, maybe a little bit of mountains in the background, or hills. I don't know what they would be at this distance. Maybe like a building or here or there. Not like completely separated from civilization. It's gonna be a road. There we go. A little bit of some scenery to the painting. This is supposed to be a photo. Oh my god, dude! See, that's what I mean. Like whenever you zoom out, like it's like just perfect enough. It gets like lost in all the detail. I love this aspect of painting so much, where it's just like you don't have to do a lot in order for things to sell the illusion. And I love whenever you like pull back and it's just like exactly what you wanted. Oops, too dark. Just like slapping on a little bit more texture towards the bottom to make it look a little bit more like grass. Let me grab this color, refine the borders a bit. Okay, perfect. And then last thing I need to do is just add some of that, like, little bit of a glare to everything. So, like, streak everything down just a bit, not too much, so you don't lose everything. Try to keep like the important bits in there. There we go. Perfect. Then grab that white color again. It's like yellowish color. Gonna add a little bit of streaks. Little streak here and there. Little streak, huh? A little bit of glare like it's a piece of glass. Selling that illusion. It's all illusions here. We deal with illusions. I'm somewhat of a mage. If you really think about it, all paintings are just illusions. We're just really good at making it look like we know what we're doing. But it's all like a lie. I don't actually know how to paint a truck, but I know how to fake my way through making it look like I know how to draw a truck. Ooh, boop, 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 boop. I don't like this color. Too dark. Draws too much attention. There we go. How's this looking? Looking a little too detailed, but I think that's gonna be all right. I think once we get like all the shadows and everything in, it'll kind of get still like lost in the background. Might add a little bit more darkness to this area here. I'm gonna do some little funky, little weird. I'm gonna cut it out. Hello? Where's my cutting tool? There it goes. I don't know why it's lagging so much. Hold on, I already messed this up. Let's start again. Because it should be able to fill it. Should be easy to fill back in since the entire background is just green, at least in this little area. So we'll see. There we go. I probably could have made it a little bit more slim, but it's alright. So let's try to manipulate it a bit. We're just going to make it a lot bigger. This song is weird. Nothing wrong with the song, it's just... J Prince sounds familiar. But yeah, something about it's like having the words in my ears. I'm gonna see, can I like... Why am I saying can I? I know how this program works. There you go. I'm kind of like distorting it so in 3D space, so it looks a little bit more like it's being tilted to the side. It's kind of helping sell the illusion of perspective. I know words. Me big smart. How big can I make it before it starts to look really weird? Let's say like right there. I think we can slide it in, and then we can just trim it so it's not like clipping into the other photographs. I think right there is good. Select and deselect. Deselect. Bop. Man, this thing's lagging like every few seconds. Ooh, boop, 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 boop. That's not an eraser. Here we go. Just trim so we're not getting into any of the other paintings. There we go. Select. Oh, we're going to go ahead and merge it on. Keep everything on one layer. Which was layer below. Perfect. Then we're just going to move this last little painting a little lower. Grab this color. There we go. Like it wasn't even there in the first place. Okay. Big stretch. Oh. All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe let's just try to make it stand out a little bit better. I think I lost a little bit of too much of the detail because I made it way bigger than it originally was. Whoa. That's a sign that I'm definitely putting way too much detail. Is whenever you zoom in just a bit more, and then like all the pixels start to like scream at you, where it's like, hey, bub, you are now detailing things on a pixel by pixel basis. Back off. I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad, forgot my place. There we go. Helps them stand out just a tiny bit more. But again, it's just background fodder. It's okay for it to like not kind of completely get lost. All right, I think we can just fit in one more painting here. Let's see. What if we do something like really weird, like a really like long painting? That's interesting. Hold on. Let me see if I can find like something that's not a painting to put in there. Irish, or why did I look up the Irish? We don't have any Irish here. This is all Scottish. Pub. Walls? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna put the kilts. That's a little too far. I could put a Scottish flag if I really wanted to sell it. Someone's lucky hat, it looks like. I don't know what the heck that is. Is that like the head of a freaking ship? The nose, I don't know what to call it. Ooh, that is like 100 paintings. Holy crap. Edinburgh. Give me a second. Just a second. I have meat in my teeth. I'm sorry. Couldn't help myself. Man, the hills in Scotland are crazy pretty. I just need something, a little something. The sword would be insane. But they do have like a thing for swords, I know that. I've seen that photo of, what's his name? The Evil Dead guy. I'm not an Evil Dead guy, but I do know. Bruce Campbell. I knew it was Campbell something. I knew it. It looks like they have like ads for stuff like beer brands like on there. God, why is it a Facebook photo? I hate Facebook. Let's ignore that police badge. I'm definitely not putting the police in there. I think even this guy, the character, would not be a fan of the law enforcement. Not all lawyers are buddy with police officers. speaking from like no experience, I think there's like a sort of like brand or not necessarily like a brotherhood, but there's like a lane of lawyers that are like real tight with the police because they're like real friendly and it's like a way of getting like really easy cases. But that's not all lawyers. I know there are lawyers who are very much not fans of the police, even though in most like cop shows, if you're like a lawyer who's not friends with the police, you're basically the devil, and it's really insane because they get like righteous about not being able to put everybody behind bars. Or I brought this up before, I think, but I used to be like a Law and Order fan because it was just a very easy show to put on the background. And there's a really weird switch that happens very early on. Hold on. Oh no. It looks like my recording stopped. I'm just gonna start a new one. Hopefully I didn't lose too much material. Anyways, but yeah, there's a weird like writing thing that happens because I think New York had like a no death penalty, and then like after one season into the show they put in the death penalty in New York, and like all of the themes of the show like completely switched to like how do we get every single person that comes on that is like a criminal on the show as close as we can to the death penalty. And then like a lawyer would like sometimes like be able to stop them where it's like, hey, this guy, even though he like murdered 17,000 people, I'm a lawyer. I'm just gonna argue that he shouldn't go to jail for that long. And then they get like 30 years, and they're like, oh, we almost got him. We should have gotten him the death penalty. And they'll like look really mean at the evil lawyers who are like defending their client. I mean, so for sure that definitely happens where like lawyers will like protect scummy people because it's like you hire people to defend you regardless of whether or not you're innocent. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're a good person. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, that was a weird switch where like instead of like, okay, how do we get like the most amount of years or like the most effective prison sentence for the crimes they committed, it like switched to like how do we get like everybody the worst like amount of like worst sentence we can possibly get because like they're evil. And I think it was very rare when they had like a case where like, oh yeah, the guy we need to put in jail isn't actually a demon. He's actually kind of a normal guy that just got in the wrong situation. I don't remember very many episodes where it was like that. It was very clearly like, this was a pretty bad guy. Or like, he did something for the wrong reason, but we still just gotta follow the law with like no real questioning of whether or not there should be any changes to the law. Because I mean, it's Law and Order. They're not very, they're not trying to say anything really. They're just background fodder really. Like it's all, they try to make like very simple narratives that just like broach simple subjects and just catch enough eyes. Which is why I put it on in the first place. Like it was just like a show that I kept on in the background. So I'm insulting it, but that is, it did what I wanted it to, which was just keep my focus for a few minutes. I could like draw something, not pay attention for like an hour, and then like not an hour, like 10 minutes. It was more like 2 or 3 minutes, or like I completely lose focus for 2 or 3 minutes, then come back and nothing really changed, and that's why I liked it. I was just like, okay, like I can still catch up with the show even when I like stop paying attention because I'm like focusing on something. So it's good, like a show to have on in the background when you're doing homework, at least for me. Eventually I got back into just listening to music. Because eventually I would find like a show that I really got into and then I wouldn't get work done. Back then, I don't think Netflix had too many episodes of Law and Order. It was like a few seasons. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna didn't mean to do that. So for this one, this is gonna be like a worker or like a union sign. I don't know how unions are in Scotland, but I can see like on this one photo that I'm using, there's like a builder's. It just says like the name of a company, basically. So I'm just going to use that. At least for inspiration. Oop, make this smaller. What does it say? Okay, yeah, it just says builders. Okay, this is looking too crazy. I need to turn the camera. I'm trying to write at an angle and it's not working. Here we go. Oop, too much. Okay. Oop. There we go. So it's kind of just like a random sign. Like, it's not really too decorative, nothing too crazy. There's a lot of tiny paintings, which is surprising. There's like tiny little paintings. I'm gonna do like a fork, because for some reason there's just like a fork and a spoon. And that feels right. Something about that feels like something they would have at a bar. This is a nice little decorative fork, you know, for the boys. Going to have like a little emblem, maybe like a little badge, like a little something there. Maybe it's like military. I'm going to do one tiny painting here. But this is going to be like just like the corner of it. There we go. I think we got a good variety now. Sorry, I think I'm just realizing how kind of like wonky the perspective of this is. Hang on a second. I'm going to make a little guide real quick, just to get a general sense of where the lines are going. Bop. 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 This is a scientific method, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's like tools that I can be using instead of this, but I'm a very lazy man. You may have noticed. There we go. All right, this gives me a general sense of like where the lines are supposed to be going. So for here, probably like right there. Let's see, for here, maybe a little bit less sharp here. Oh, wait a second. This is not following it. So let me erase. The one time I actually need the eraser and it's not there. Nope. Like that. Okay, there we go. So that's that. So like halfway through would be like here. Like that. Perfect. Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Let's make this a little faded. Okay, we're gonna go back to the painting down here. There we go. So how do we get this to work? We're gonna grab this color, just thin it out right here. Okay, grab this. Make the border a little lower because it's still supposed to be thicker. Like that, like that. There we go. Just a little bit bigger on both sides. Grab the color. Make this sure this follows the line. That should be already good. Just a little bit different here. All right, now that should be following the perspective. Okay. Let's see. What about here? Is everything pretty much hunky-dory? I think because it's closer to already like a perpendicular line. Yeah, my brain already like adjust to it. Oop. Maybe just a little. There. Just a little there. There we go. This one's already perfect. Just maybe a little bit on the bottom. Just a little straighter. There we go. Nope. Went a little higher. Just like the last second. There we go. Perfect. Trim, trim, trim. There we go. I think we're all good. Let's go ahead and I'm going to turn it off. We can probably delete it later. Maybe delete it later. Okay. So for the spoon, we're going to grab this color right here. Just a little bit of lighting to it. A little bit of beads here. And maybe like some kind of like nice little engraving on it. Just a little bit of decorative nonsense. Just like a little bit here. A little bit too much. Let me dial that down. Maybe make this just entirely smaller. How long are we into the stream? An hour and a half. So we got about maybe 30 minutes left. Maybe in about another hour. We're all good. And do like a little flower. Some kind of like nice little thing on the middle. There we go. Just from far away it looks good. Little text here. Maybe a little painting on the inside. More text here. There you go, a little badge. Painting here. Border's already good. We just need to like put the inside. Just like that. Grab the bright color. Yeah, because at this point you're not going to see anything. So just a little bit of texture, just a little bit of random noise in there, and you can kind of get a sense of it's a painting, just a tiny one. Then here, what are we going to do? Let me grab this color. I'm going to straighten this out again, because for some reason like curves towards there. Come on. Oh wait, what am I doing? We have a tool for this. Instead of struggling so much. There we go. Nope, I literally didn't do anything there. Hello? Is it there? What is it doing? There we go. There we go. That's perfect. And I don't mind if it's a little rough. Okay, so now we need the brighter red. Right there. That's the one. Okay, what do we do here? What do we do here? Give me an idea. Give me an idea. I think we're going to do another crowd. Just going to fill this out. Then we grab the bright color. Where are you? Just right there. Maybe we're already at a bar. Got a bartender here. Just a few faces just here and there. I'm gonna dial it back, add a little bit of detail on their faces. Just adding a bit of texture here and there. Try to make it look like it's the bar that we're in right now. Let's do this. There we go. Nice little beer bottles there. Kind of like molding their faces out of clay right now. Just getting like general impressions of everything. Like their shoulders, their arms, their wrists, the things they're holding. Making this guy kind of big. Too big. I want this to be like a thick boy, but not like a too thick. Just like guy who goes home, builds stuff. Like a construction worker. Maybe part of this builder's thing right here. Then we can have the bartender in the back, but he's like real faded because he's just like working. Can't really see him very well. Probably polished in another glass. We can have maybe beer bottles up here. Or not, but beer glasses. There you go. The only issue I'm seeing right now is that it looks like some people are very short. They could be sitting. Let me see. Maybe if I put like another head right here, it'll make things look a little bit more even. This guy can be like way closer to the camera. It looks evil. I'll fix it. Damn, just slick hair. Hiccup. Now they look from afar. There you go. It's already coming together. There we go. There we go. Then out this arm here, because this arm looks really wide, huge. There we go. Oh, a little bit too dark on his eyes and made his eyes stand out way too hard. Then let's try to trim down his head so he doesn't look like he has a ginormous dome. There we go. There we go. I think that's good. Ooh, that's a tiny one. Okay, then we have just this tiny little one here, and I'm just going to make it a simple scenery one as well. There we go. Easy peasy. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Ooh, that's right. I need to do a little bit of glare, so let me grab that white just one last time. Just a little bit of streaking. Just streaking here and there. It's a little ghost of streaks. Nothing too crazy. And we can also do that in reverse. Little skinnier lines. Break apart some of the glare. Here we go. Something like that. Right there. Oop. Too much. Just a little trim up the top. Just a little trim. We like the little trim. Please. There we go. Okay, there we go. All the little props back there are done. I love how it looks. Just all these like old-timey looking photographs, little painting. Ooh, maybe we need to desaturate it just a little bit more for the guy in the back. Because now that I'm looking at it, it does look like sorry, I lost my train of thought. It does look like all of the photographs are like black and white, and there's only his as color. But that's fine. I just don't. I think it like comes out a little bit too strong. Like if it's too bright, then it's gonna catch the eye too much. Just like a tiny little bit of color, so it stands out, but not so much that it distracts from the main subject of the entire piece. Delicate balance. Happy middle. I keep burping. Burp. Yeah, then we got the bar over there. It's a little too dark there, too. It's alright. What does it look like with all the shadows? Hold on. What's this? I don't know what this is. That's a reference. You up there. Turn that off. That's a color palette. We can go and delete that. Probably shouldn't have done that. I'm going to regret that, but it's okay. I regret a lot of things. There we go. Alright, so next we're going to do the guy. Then I think we're going to do a little bit more painting on the background. A little bit more detailing. Which is now I'm starting to regret because I'm realizing like, oh, how am I going to add texture to the walls without covering out the paintings? Painting should have been a different layer. But I can probably cut them out pretty easy. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Or we can even like select by color, I think. Yeah, that should be easy. Okay, we're saved. By my big smart. Okay, turn off all the shadows because it's going to make him hard to work on this guy. Where is he? He's on his own layer right here. There we go. Alright, so I don't need too much more on him because he's already like all wrecked his get out. I don't know what I just said. Wrecked to all get out. I don't know. It's just a phrase I've heard. I was gonna give him eyebrows, but I don't think he needs it. Keep the silhouette simple. Maybe just some forehead wrinkles. Make him look a little grody. This is like a vagrant. Definitely a gangrel had a little bit too much to drink. He kind of looks dead. He's not, but you know, it's fine that he looks dead. Like, cause this guy's messed up. He thought he could fight Chance. He thought Chance wouldn't be anything, and he was proven very wrong. He's like, oh, layup, easy. This guy's got nothing. This guy's like he's washed up. He's old. Doesn't run with the pack as like he used to. He's all wearing a suit. It's gonna be an easy for for a real animal. And truth is, he was not. He might dress up in a suit, but he still loves a good fight. But I've mentioned before, I do like the idea that this is like an Anarch, like a real significant Anarch member who's like reaching that point where they're starting to rest on their laurels. Not out of like laziness or like, you know, like the lacking the passion for it, but like there's like this the what's it called? It's not Gehenna, is it? It's whenever you start to have like the visions of like basically like the vampire afterlife, and you kind of like go into like a catatonic sleep. Like he's reaching that point where like he kind of feels the call, he feels that pull, where it's like it's time to like start going heading east and heading for a final rest. So like he has like a lot of pangs of just like lethargy, I guess is the word, where he'll just be like kind of be out of it, and he's content, you know, like he's already done a lot in his life. This has got like a 400, 500, 600 year old vampire, not like a super high generation or anything. I think he's like 9th, which is high, I guess, in Vampire the Masquerade, because usually like the average for like newish vampires are like 13 to like 16. 15 and 16 are like the generations where they're like barely even vampires. 13th is like a super common. 9th is like strong for like one that hasn't been around forever, like maybe like around like the 1700s, 1800s. Yeah, I would say like 1700 to 1800s is my best guess as somebody who only knows like a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade history. Somebody who's like a diehard would probably like yell at me for that, but it's okay. It's okay. Every fandom's got their lore nerds. I try to be a lore nerd. Sometimes I just fumble. I'm interested in too many things. It's hard to be like the perfect little lore nerd for every single thing I'm into. I have no idea why this looks like this like aspect of the character looks like this. Like it doesn't even look like clothes. It's just random streaks of color. Just a little bit cleaning up, I think, is all he needs. This part will get lost in the detail anyway. Just enough that you can tell like it's a shirt. Just enough that it's a shirt. There we go. Perfect. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's somehow working. For me, at least. Just dial this back just a little bit. I kind of want it smoother, too. There we go. Just a little bit of shaving. Can I make it look like it's broken? Would that help? I feel like that might make things too gay. I mean, maybe we should just keep it simple. I think it works for the idea that I'm going for, but it's just gonna, like, the work that it's gonna take to really sell that illusion is gonna be a little bit too much. And we're already like, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks into this picture. I mean, I like it. We're definitely like, I think this is a really, really strong piece. Like, out of all of my Vampire the Masquerade ones, this is one of the, like, the better ones. I don't know which ones are my favorite. I think, like, the first one, Connor, is probably my favorite. The second one's also really strong. Then I think I'm like it was like a gray area for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They kind of like wishy-washy. Oh, the sixth one, the Hakata, Maria Giovanni, or Monica Giovanni. That one was a really good one too. I'm really happy with that one. And then Talib, so the one that came after that, or right before this one as well. Let's see. Can I make this? Is there a liquefy on here? Hold on 1 second. I don't know if I've ever tried this, but let's see. Does Critter have a liquefy? Transform and deform brush. Cage. Yeah, oh, they do have a liquefy. Okay, I know exactly where this one is. Let's see if this ruins it. Let's go ahead and save. The thing I'm concerned with is this is looking a little wonky as a shape. I think you can see it. Like, that is not a circle. It gets like flat for some reason here. And I'm wondering if there's any way I can just fix that without like completely ruining the piece. So look, there it is. Oop, turn the camera, turn the camera, turn the camera, turn the camera, turn the camera. We're good. So I clicked liquefy. Let's see what that does. Nope, that didn't do anything. Oh, I think I need to click it. Hello? What is this? Oh my god. Oh! That's almost exactly what I need. Hold on. Hold on there, sir. Ooh, that's like almost exactly what I need. It's still a little flat, like a little bit of sharp angle. Let's push this back. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit of a push. Tiny push. Nope, that's not going in the direction I'm moving at all. Okay. There you go. I think that's it. Just a little, just a tiny. Let me make can I make this brush smaller? Why is it so huge? Is that making it smaller at all? Nope. What is this brush size? Oh, here we go. Hello? Did you do anything? Oh yeah, it is moving. It's just very slow. Or very like soft. Okay, I think that's good. Back to the paintbrush. Let's turn this back. We'll control Z. Yep, there we go. Squished his face a little bit. That's actually really good. Like, there's like no noticeable warping on it. Like, as far as like, I've used Procreate on my tablet, and whenever I use Liquify on there, which is the only reason why Liquify came to mind, it makes everything like really blurry really fast. Like, if you'd make any like stroke, you got to do really like small changes, or else like it's gonna look blurry, streaky, and you kind of have to repaint it. But it's fine if you need like big structural changes. But here it didn't look like it made it like blurry or at all. Like, it works. I'm gonna put like a general like texture here. Instead of like the wood lines that I'm giving it. Yeah, let's just fill that, erase all those lines. Grab this darker color, kind of work against it. Just slap on some texture. Oop, that was a little bit too hard. There we go. Oop. Kind of clean it right here. There we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. It's all working out. It's all working out. There we go. It's a little bit of like a rigid texture, but I don't want to get too like deep into it. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Fill this in. Round it out. Then we're gonna add some more of a, like a roundish texture. I don't know why I said texture. It's actually just more of a roundish lighting. Just a little bit of a skinny little gleam. I probably didn't need to add that because now that I think about it, the shadow is gonna like darken it up anyways. Here we go. Okay. I think we're good on that. I think the last thing I'm going to do is just add some texture to the background wall, which I think is a long time coming. Why did I do that? What the heck did I do there? Is that all of it? Oh, right here. There we go. All right. This is probably unnecessary, but it's just kind of like distracting me how there's like no texture on any on the wall at all. Oh, let me get a little stretch. I think I deserve it as a treat. Oh, why does it feel like that's hurting my rib? Did I break my rib? I think I was just twisting it wrong. Okay. So one thing is I want to make these like background lines much thinner. So I don't know how to do that quickly, but we're gonna just spitball it. Why is my dog on the way here? Hi. He got an ice cream again. Who keeps feeding him treats? You're gonna gain like 100 pounds because of your grandma. Hang on, I'm gonna show this dog in shame. Hold on. Let me see what the camera looks like so I don't do anything I'm stupid. Look at it. Look at this freaking dog. Look at this freaking dog. Hold on. Gonna change the camera. Move the lighting. Oh god. Hang on. Get the lighting completely on him. I'm in the way. Look at him. The beast. Look at him. I'm gonna get the camera settings. I'm gonna go all out for this. Look at him. Look at him. Just in that corner, eating away at that ice cream. What an animal. Oh my god. That's the pug in him. He can't help himself. Now my camera's gonna be all screwed up. Ooh. This is normally how I look. I have a very bright face. I'm literally like a glowing spotlight in human form. Okay. Sorry, I just feel it's just a strong desire in my heart to bully my dog. Even though I love the crap out of him. Sometimes you just gotta bully him. He's got like 3 cups of ice cream over there. I mean, he's only eating one, but like he doesn't clean up after himself. Because he's rude, and definitely not because he doesn't have opposable thumbs or a concept of trash. He does it just to spite us. Okay, back to the drawing. I just hear him licking away. It's so gross. What a savage. Is that deleting anything? Am I on the wrong layer? What's happening? Hold on. What is going on? Okay, now we're gonna have to figure out why is nothing working. Am I selected on something? I am selected on something. What was I selecting? Okay, now we're back in business. Okay. What the? This is a nice song. It's giving me GTA vibes. Has those like East Coast hip hop sound effects, the little tings, the little synths. I don't know the name for any of the machinery. I wish I got more into music. That would be so cool. Oh my god, I can hear him eating back there. It's so loud. He's such a noisy and messy eater. All dogs are. That's why we love him. Ooh. How did the recording go? Just a second, I want to peek to make sure my recording didn't get too screwed up. I just need to see the properties just to get like a general idea of how long it is. If it's like an hour, then we're good. If it's like 10 minutes, then that means I lost a lot of footage. Details, length. Okay, yeah, it's about an hour, so I probably lost like 30 minutes at most. That's fine. I'll survive that. Oh my god, he's still going at the ice cream. He's like halfway through. Man, this is gonna be forever. No one here is gonna complain, but I have to hear this dog just slurping away at his ice cream. Just slurping. He's a gordo, but he's my gordo. Sorry, actually, he's not my gordo. He's my brother's the gordo. But it's basically mine. I will steal him. How did these lines get so wonky? It's weird. Like I guess at literally no point I decided like, hey, maybe I should clean up these lines. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm freaking out over nothing, or I'm getting worked up over nothing. Classic me move. Just getting so worked up about the details. Just let it be messy. Make peace with messy. You done, sir? Incredible. And she can't even see where I'm going. That's good. I have no idea why that looks like that. Okay. So we're gonna grab this color. Now we're at the stage where I can add texture to everything. Let's see, select by color. Can I do? Does this work like I'm trying to? Is it selecting anything? Select from color range. Reds. Oh, that's not how I thought this would work. I feel like it should be able to just grab these colors, but whatever. Just try magic wanding it. Tools. Make it an add. Bip, 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 bip. Bip, 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 pop, boop, bam, pop, bip, boop, bip. Okay, that should be a good selection. Can I make it so I don't see? There we go. Perfect. All right. So we're gonna grab this color. Then we're gonna make it like a little bit more red. Or I guess we should take it more blue, but we're gonna try taking it a little bit more red. And then shake it a little bit darker, a little bit less saturated. Something like that. Let's see how this looks. Interesting. A little too desaturated. That feels good. Okay. I might actually do this on another layer. Still going, man. That dog is something else. You are something else. You know that? I love him. So I'm trying to make these boards, especially right here, a little bit like reflective, just to give them a little bit more dynamic to it, so they don't look so empty. A little bit of texture. A little bit less comic booky. The backgrounds, I think, work a little better when they're like this, where they're a little bit more painterly and dynamic. And then I'm gonna erase some too, where I need to. I think he finally finished. Immediately, he's like, all right, I'm done. Sure. There you go, buddy. Good talk. That's all he cares about, food. Can I blame him? Yes, a little bit. There you go. Nice little bit of texture. Oh, I gotta like a tickle in my ear. I always have this like, it's like an itch. I don't know if I think everybody has this, but I have like a little itch that sometimes happens in my ear, and it feels so weird because then like my immediate reaction is just like dig and scrape, and I feel like people stare at that like it's super weird. But it's just like a little done. That's just a tiny little itch, just tiny. Who amongst us does not give a little DD to our ear every now and again? Huh? Will you be so bold as to accuse me of not doing a DD? Dial this back. This is also like kind of reminds you of like, it's a little bit of like reflectiveness to it, a little bit of varnish, but also a little bit like wood grain where it's like, you know, a little streaky little lines. It's not like a perfect clean brown texture unless it's like fake, which doesn't mean nothing wrong with fake. If it's cheaper, do what you gotta do. A little bit of noise is all I need on this. And noise is what I love this brush for, this chalk brush. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and deselect now. I think we're pretty safe. Let me just do a little bit more touching up. Oh, I forgot I need to get his shadow in there. That's probably gonna be part of the lighting stage. So you're gonna deselect. Now this time we're gonna go for the green and basically just this area. So select, pop. Oh, let me deselect, display selection, pop. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not gonna question it too much. Now we're gonna make it so I can't see the little lines because that's very distracting for me. What just happened? Let's not do that. I'm gonna grab this green color, then let's see, palette, no, advanced color selector. So we're gonna go slide slightly towards the cooler side, which is usually what you do whenever, as a general rule for making shadow colors, go a little bit more towards the cooler side, so the blue side, because shadows are just generally a darker blue, unless you're going for like a very specific thing where like the shadows are red. It's basically the opposite contrast color or whatever the light is. So if you have a yellow, usually the sunlight is going to be yellow, so that's why usually the shadow is going to be blue. You can switch that up, so if you want to do blue as the light color somehow, then you can go for more of an orangish yellowish, more of like a burning color, but it'd still be dark, so you know, heavier towards the darker end of the triangle here. So let's see, how does this color look? Too saturated, too light, so we're gonna have to go higher. Too low. Okay. Sure. It's a little bit still too saturated for me, but it's so hard to select on this thing. It's like really not broad enough. Is that really the right color I want to do? Maybe a little back towards the warmer end. I'm gonna do this on a different layer too, just in case I need to tweak it. It's just black. It's just like a noise color. So hold on, let me go back to the original color. Okay, that's that color. So a little bit more towards the green or blue, cooler end. A little bit darker, a little bit less saturation. There we go. I think that's a good one. Maybe just a little higher. Just a little higher. A little bit too high. Just somewhere in between the two. I think that's the one. Can we make it a multiply? There we go. And then it's desaturated. There we go. Now I can like tweak it more fine-tuned. I think that's what I want right there. Actually, even to just fix it, we can just put it normal back to 100%, and now we just have the color. There we go. Oh, hold on, it's still 35%. Hang on. Step back. This is the color. Send it back to 100%. put it to normal, then we just paint over it. There we go. I'm just gonna delete it actually. Okay, there we go. Now we're 100% there. We got the color we want. I think first we should probably put like a little shadow under everything. Actually, forget that. We're just gonna focus on doing texture because that's all this is right now, just texture. I'm gonna dial it back. I'm just going crazy with my pen right now. Turn it back on. Just gonna keep it like back and forth until like there's enough noise that it feels right. Feels like a not smooth texture. Gonna go back. This is probably gonna be the final one where it's just. I generally want it to stay smooth. Or sorry, I generally want this like bright lime color to come through. But there's just enough noise that it doesn't feel like one smooth color. It's a real like subtle texture. Unlike the shadow, which is going to be a lot more noticeable. I'm going to maybe like smooth it out towards the lighting to really help with that like spotlight effect. Then towards these areas, it's going to be a lot more sporadic. Like here. Maybe towards the bottom, towards the edges of this, like I don't know what to call this, that wood decoration that you put on paneling, I guess. This is more like drywall, just like painted drywall. So maybe towards here it'll be a little bit darker, where it meets the wood. See, just some sporadic noise here and there. Doesn't have to be super clean. Doesn't have to be super logical. Just like little splotches. I'm also gonna maybe even put scratches on the wall. There should be like a noise brush. Let me see. Essential textures. Just like speckle it. Oops. I'm going all over the place. What is this? Noodles? What is that? There we go. So let's see. Pop, pop. Completely smooth. Pop, pop. Now we got a little bit more dynamic going on. I'm gonna do a little bit more here too. What is this brush? Texture fancy. Okay, if you say so. Oh, I see. It's supposed to be like an actual like texture on the wall. That's cool. Not what I'm going for though. That would probably be like a very cheap and easy way for me to do this, but I'm kind of just settled on it being a smooth texture. I don't want it to be like some like super cool like wall decoration that's a little bit more refined than I'm looking for. Like that's kind of makes it look like a very rich, expensive bar. But I'm more just going for like cheap dive pub. You know, like maybe everything's not swept as nice as it needs to be, but the bar is clean, the tables are clean, and that's about it. Carpet is probably stained. Is there carpet? Do I have the floor in here? I would say there's probably not carpet. I think the hardwood would be a nice look. Maybe even like a resin floor, if we had to think about the floor at all. Yeah, just a little bit of noise so it's not like super smooth and clean. I think adds just enough texture to the piece that it doesn't look like too simple. Like you can really tell like there's a huge bit of difference here. So you get like a little bit of like smooth wall. There we go. Just enough noise that the background feels a little bit more cluttered, a little bit less. What is it? A little less amateur, a little less sketchy. It looks a little bit more finished, is what it looks like. But that's what I've heard a little bit from like. There's this one tip that I've heard from a painter that he says for his background. So what he likes to do is just use all of his brushes, just slam texture everywhere. Just like a little bit of one brush, one fancy brush, and just like keep going back and forth between colors to give everything a little bit more noise, a little bit more liveliness. That way it doesn't look like just they slapped on like a bucket tool. Not necessarily what I'm going for with this piece, but I think that is kind of like a thing to keep in the back of your head. Like if you want a piece to look like it's got a little bit more going on, a little bit more dynamics going on, that could be something you do. So you see, oh crap, I don't remember this color. Let's see, I think this, let's see. All right, and then I want to just, I'm noticing a little thing, just a tiny little detail in the background that is bugging me and only me. It's like really thick here. Oh, I'm still on the selection, I forgot. So first, turn on the selection, just in case I ever have to do it again. Deselect. Nope, that's an eraser. I'm trying to thin this out. And then over here especially, thin it out. Should be very little light hitting there. Right there. Clean that up. Okay. Okay, here's a small little thing. Let me grab that green color we were just using. You know how what's it called? Tan lines? Whenever, you know, like it's got like an entirely different color going on whenever you remove like the swimsuit. I'm gonna try to do that effect here. Like, you know, like the painting got moved and now there's like a really like bright texture to it. Should it be darker in that patch or should it be lighter? Oh, let me see. I think it should be darker or more saturated. Hold on, let me see. Hang on. My mouse working? Oh, hold on. There we go. Nope, didn't. There we go. That's fixed. Shadow removed painting. I don't know what to type for this. White wall shadow removed painting. Come on. I know there's like a word for it. It's like sun bleaching or something whenever you like move from a shadow. Light. No. Light bleach. Painting moved. Wall whiter when painting moved. Maybe that'll give me like the name for it. Nope, that's not it. Whenever I moved my canvas, I don't know what to call it. Whenever I moved my photo. Not digital. Oh my goodness, I'm looking real life thing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I feel like Google just got so much worse. Like it like snaps onto like trends, and it doesn't like understand like context specific words anymore. I don't know. Sun damage wall. Painting. Maybe you will paler. Oh my god, it's not coming up remotely. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, please. No paintings anymore. Oh my god. Wall removed paintings. Oh, hold on. I'm almost there. I think I almost got it. Come on. Why is it Banksy all of a sudden? I feel like this is a very simple thing to understand, but for some reason Google is just not cooperating. Whenever you remove a painting, there's like a line that will occur. There's literally like one stock image of it that's coming up, and that's like the best I got. Move it all the way up. Where is it? Oh, it's in a... Wow, that was the worst place to put... There we go. Oh, whoops. It's on liquify still. So this effect. This is what I'm trying to talk about. But for some reason, Google doesn't understand. So you see there's like just like a completely fresh wall underneath. Maybe this is too hard of an effect to like put into words or put onto a canvas. So like I think maybe the best I could do is just put some shadow underneath. So undo. I'm gonna keep undoing until it's gone. There we go. Now we're there. I need to make it like real subtle. Maybe I even need to do this like on another layer just to like really make sure I keep it like slim. I'm gonna even do like this. I'm gonna just hit it with the airbrush. Then we're gonna erase it. Like a hard like erase on here. Also make sure it doesn't touch the actual painting for some reason, because it's all in the same layer. I don't know why I said for some reason. There we go. That's the effect I'm looking for. Then we're gonna tone it down real subtle. I think maybe the only thing is it's a little, I need to straighten it out. Then I'm gonna do like just like a little hook. So I'm gonna go for like a brownish color. Let me just grab this one right here. This right here. Is that as dark as the color? Okay, we're gonna grab this color then. Oh, that's right. This is on like a faded layer. So let me just go here. There we go. I think that's it. Okay. And so next thing we need to do is just put some shadows underneath everything. So get the painting, get a shadow, get the character, give him a shadow. Maybe all the little pictures as well, just like a tiny little shadow underneath. Should take maybe like 30 minutes to an hour. 30 minutes is probably 30 to 40 minutes, I think, actually. Then I think we can go ahead and move on to like some of the more like final touches. Let me see. Let me check my notes. So background is basically almost entirely done. The guy's there. I like how he looks like a corpse. Highlights. Yeah, so we can basically just like move right onto like the lighting, the shadows, the highlights. There's not going to be too many highlights from here. And then from there, it's just going to be like some texture, some more effects, and then like balancing all the like the levels, the darkness, the colors, making sure he pops and everybody else is desaturated. I think we're right there. We're right on the cusp of finishing this thing. Let me take one last look at this color palette. Yep, we're good with this color palette. This color, I feel like I can see all of it here. We got this like desaturated color, this sandier color. This green is for sure all over this piece. This bright brown. It's perfect. Yeah, I'm really happy with where we're at. So let me just zoom out. Make sure we got all the effects or all the like layers on so we can get a good sense of how far we've come. I don't think there's anything else I need to add. I think all the shadows are there. All the lighting is there. What are you? Yeah, we can delete that. Oh, actually, hold on 1 second. Okay, just want to check. Okay, yeah, we're all. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. So, thank you for being here for another stream. I apologize for being very absent. Sleep, travel plans, things very instant. You know, it's hard to do some traveling and then come back and then instantly have like the energy to get right back into doing some art. What is that? Oh, that's his hand. Okay. Why does it look so weird? Anyways, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's all good. We're not gonna think about it too long. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna leave that for like one of those like final layers, like one of those final little adjustments to just fix everything where it's just painted over. So yeah. Again, sorry for being so absent, but we're gonna get right back onto it. Let me double check that I don't have any plans for any upcoming Tuesdays. I don't think I do. And not any important ones anyways. Let me double check. Okay, so next week I got a doctor's appointment. I should be done with that by in time. Yeah, I think we should be good. Maybe the end of the month, Halloween, I might try to go out and do some stuff and celebrate. That was really gross. I'm sorry. But yeah, Halloween, I think most people are going to be doing stuff anyway, so probably not going to be a super busy day on Twitch. It'll be alright. Let me bend. Ooh. Okay, buddy. Oh, buddy, pal, buddy. So yeah, we should be good and continue on. I'm losing it. I should have had a coffee. But yeah, we should be good to keep working, finishing up the details. I'm noticing how bright his pauldron is. I'm getting so distracted. I'm sorry. We're basically finished with the background. I'd say like 90% done with the background. I think next stream, almost certainly going to be the last stream. Maybe one more if I find something to like really drive me nuts. I'll probably even go like 3 hours if I have to. Then from there, we're going to be working on the next painting. I think I already know what that's going to be. Let me double check. One last little double check because I have to check my nonsense every single time. Or actually, this might be easier on the computer. Pictures. Is it still recording? Okay, we're good. Art, Vampire the Masquerade, because that's got its own folder. So next, yes, okay, so that's going to be the Zamitzi. And I already know exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's going to take some tweaking and some sketching, but I know, like, the general sense of what the painting's going to look like. So that should be exciting. Very excited for Zamitzi. Not going to be, like, you know, super gnarly because the way that I designed this Zamitzi, I like the old country classical Dracula feel. So I basically have somebody that really aligns with that and is, like, directly related to Dracula in a sense. Sorry, I'm keeping distracted. Background's basically all done. Next, we just have to finish the highlights, the lighting, getting some shadows in, because he looks like he doesn't have a shadow, which is, I knew was going to be a problem, but it's fine. It's like something I knew I was going to have to work on later. It's probably just going to be like another layer, put it all underneath. Anyways, highlights, shadows, and then just final touches, balancing all the colors, making sure he stands out the way I need him to. You know, the painting is all in the background, and then also some last minute touches where I just like to, you know, once everything's like merged into one layer, I just do like last little paint overs to fix some details that just couldn't work out in the layers. Like, you know, like little gaps or his hand being like weirdly bright here. I can just like fix all that during like the very, very final stages. It'll be a rough way to do it, but that's kind of just the way I like to do things. This is all held together by duct tape and hope. So it works itself out. But yeah. Almost done. Almost there. Then we're going to move on to the next vampire. Then after that, who is after that? And then we're going to end off the last little trio. Is that really the last trio? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do 4? I'm sorry. Just a second. For some reason, I feel like I'm missing a vampire. 1, 2, 3. No, that's not even the right order. I'm putting it on DeviantArt. DeviantArt, I can have all my stuff in folders. Probably probably the best thing besides the general community. Here it is. I don't know what I'm saying, by the way. Okay, so I remember doing Araceli and then taking my first break. So then it was Masa, Kai, Monica. Was it 4? Am I doing these in 4s? I thought I was doing these in 3s. Or was it? What happens if I do it in 3s? So if I do just, or 4s, if I go Omar and Sierra, yeah, okay, we're gonna do these in 3s. So finishing up Chance, we're gonna do Romeo, the Zamitzi. Then the third one after that is gonna be Salubri, of which is the character I have, Omar. And then we're gonna take another pause, do a few pieces that are, just random stream of thought. That way I can have a little bit more time to practice and try out new techniques. Then we're going to do the last trio, which is going to be the Ventru, Sierra, the La Sombra, Maurice, and then the Malkavian, Lisbeth, who's probably the one I'm most excited for because she is probably the wackiest design I have in the entire thing. In my entire little quartet. I don't know why I say quartet. The 14 vampires that I have, of the 14 clans that are in Vampire the Masquerade. There's more clans of that, but it's 14 like big notable ones. Hekata, I mean, is like six vampire clans in a coat. So that's what's gonna happen in the future, as far as like plans, as far as art goes. Okay. Yeah. So that's the plan. Only a little bit further to go with my lad over here. I'm very happy with him. This is a sharp looking piece for me. I'm really proud of this. I think I've improved a lot as far as like the presentation and like the finishing quality of everything, especially with like some of them. It's weird. I had like a weird dip like halfway in between, whereas like I don't want to get too self-critical, but to be completely frank, like the first 3 pieces I feel like are very solid. Maybe even the first 2 pieces, the Connor and then Catalina. So let me see. Copy image. Yes. How long does this take? Okay, here we go. So this was like the first like Vampire the Masquerade digital nicely rendered piece that I did. Because they all started from like, I did like a quick sketch in a tiny little book like this. Then I did like a nice notebook sketch, which is online on DeviantArt if you want to see those. And on my Instagram too. I think they're way far in the back though. Then this is like the final one where it's like I just want to do like really nice renders, nice little character hero poses. Then I'll probably put them in the back of my head for a long time. Okay, so these were the first 2, and I think these 2 really knocked it out of the park. I'm not unhappy with either of these. I think these are both like fantastic pieces. Then we get to Maria. Maria is probably the most fun, but I think as a image I started to lose a lot of the like lighting. I think I kind of just forgot. Where is it? Hello? Oh, there she is. So I had a lot of the arranging the piece, designing the background, having the guy in the back, but then like I completely forgot about like all the shadows. There's some thought of it, but it's not. I think it's a little rough. And then I think Masa, I think that's how you say her name. Oh, Araceli was probably like the other one that was like really good. Because I remembered bringing in like a lot more texture. Yeah, right here. I remember to bring in a lot more texture. It's a little rough as far as like the structure of the piece because like these guys are just like floating in the background, but it's a little bit like it doesn't really matter. Like you get the sense, like there's a lot of fog just like clouding everything that like makes it so like I don't have to focus as much on like the actual structure of what the room looks like that they're standing in, what the perspective is gonna be. I skipped a lot of things and it actually just works just fine. Then Masa, I think, was the one where, like, I think something I just didn't do right. Oh, that's tiny. I think I had fun with I think I did the colors and the lighting right, but I think something about it is just really unfinished looking to me. And I can't put my finger on it. I think I just really struggled to figure out how to like finish things. I think I was trying really hard to get a nice perspective, and it just didn't work. And then especially with like the blinds, I really like once. I think I was like nearing like the last half of the painting, and I realized that the blinds made no sense, and I really freaked out in that stage. And I think that's why I just like not abandoned it, but it basically just abandoned it. And the image is really tiny, but I don't feel like copying and pasting it, the whole thing. Then another one is Kai. We're doing a retrospective, just out of nowhere. Kai is a good one, sort of. I think I got a lot of the effects done really well. Like the dreamy little mirage behind him, the like reflecting mirror behind him, the lighting. But I think this is when I realized I was like over rendering everything, and it was making everything a little wonky. And then I don't know what was going through my head, but deciding to have his big grand pose and just cut off his arm was a very stupid decision of mine. This one, I think I might actually go back. I think on Kai, these two, this one right here, which is Masa, and then this one right here, which is Kai, the Bruja and the Banu Hakim, I might actually go back and try again, because I feel like I could do way better. I remember considering early on, like just moving his hand forward, just changing the like position, but I really wanted this big thing where his arms are like spread out wide, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't, and I don't know what I was thinking. Then I was trying really hard to get like the 3D render look to look just right. And I had like completely abandoned like the shadows. Like I got it back with Araceli. Here I like brought it back. You know, like good shadows here, really grim looking, you know, shadows here. Then I kind of forgot with the third Maria. Brought it right back for Araceli. A little bit too much. I think it's a little bit too dramatic, but it works. Then Masa, it starts to fall apart again. I try to get like a really moody feel, but I don't think I got it. And then again, I completely forget by the time I get to Kai. It's a little bit there, but it's not nearly as like dark and gritty as it needs to be. Like I keep swinging back and forth between I needed to be gritty and then forgetting, and then I needed to be gritty, then I forget. Then we go to Monica, and Monica is just fantastic. Like I'm so happy with this guy, lady. Like this one I really had a lot of fun with, and I got like a little bit of that texture. We're gonna do something with like that with this before we're done with Chance. But like the shadows, you get like the grim aspect, you get like enough focus. She's huge on the piece. She takes up the whole thing. None of her is getting clipped off, unlike the one that came before it. This one's a really good one. I'm really happy with that. Then the last one is Talib. Copy image. Control V. So Kai was probably like the last little like poor point where I was like, okay, like that was a rough one where we're gonna keep moving on. Then I came back strong with Monica, and then Talib was just another solid one. Where I think at first, whenever I was finished, I was like, it's okay. But now that I keep looking back at it, like I'm like really happy with this guy. Talib came out perfect, and I especially love just like the last little touch that I did, where I added a little bit of like just nonsense texture on top of it, like these little streaks of green, this little like almost toxic looking smudge that's like everywhere. I like it's a little thing, but it like really helps sell like the nasty toxic vibe that I think works for like all the greens, the purples, the like snake eyes. I think this really works. I think he's a little stiff in his pose. I remember having a lot of trouble with that, but it still works, I think. And I think it could be a little bit darker, like maybe in these little pockets here. I think sometimes I get a little bit too stuck on the palette that I forget that black is still a color I can use. Like, just straight black. Like, here, back all the way in, like, the original one, I had, like, pockets of just complete black, black, black. Here, there's a little bit less of it. There's still, like, a super dark pocket here, which works. But then, like, I completely forgot here. Those are, like, dark pockets, but it's not as focused. It doesn't have, like, a general trend. But, you know, it still works, even without, like, any, like, real dark spots. Then, so I think we're getting just, for at least starting with, like, Kai, we're just getting better and better. Just bam, bam, then turn them all off. Bam. I think we're getting back to that, like, really gritty, dark texture. The person fills up the page. He's not, like, hanging off of it, with exception to his knees, because I don't think we really need his, like, feet. Feet is something you can get away with. You can still feel like a really nicely focused piece without having it, like, the entire body. I think from basically, like, the, what are they called? Thighs up is basically, like, the most you can clip off without, like, getting really weird. Like, maybe waist, maybe like a little bit towards the, like, the middle of the abdomen you can also get away with. But yeah, okay, I think I've talked enough. That was a fun little retrospective on everything. Good, really proud. That's still probably, like, one of my favorites. The only thing I really don't like about this piece, I think his anatomy is a little wonky. His pelvis looks like it should start here, and then I added another pelvis underneath. I just didn't know how to make the pose work. It was really early. It's okay. Unless you're, like, really focusing, you can't really tell. And then his shoes. I wanted him to have flashy shoes. His shoes look silly. He looks like he has blue slippers. I think whenever you just keep it to the here and you don't focus too much on the shoes, it's fine. But the shoes are goofy. He looks like he has elf shoes. I don't know what I was thinking. But the streak, the blood, the shadows, everything I love about this piece. All the textured, like, things in the background. They look a little bit like newspaper clippings, but they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be poems. But that's okay. You know, you win some, you lose some. Like with these paintings in the background, sometimes if I keep it too simple and don't think about it too much, you lose a little bit of it. It's okay. It's okay. Here, beautiful blood effect. Love how crazy it looks. The streaks of, like, light beaming through the little boards, which shouldn't be there because obviously sunlight's going to come through that and burn the crap out of her. But we're not going to think about that. Just the little light on the gemstone on her necklace. Perfect. I love it. I'm really proud of this one. This one's still a great one. This was back when I was working with GIMP, I think. I think I was still on GIMP. Can't remember. And then Maria, fun. Could maybe just I think maybe just like a black here, and then just slowly having everything come in, like a little black gradient from the top down would have been perfect. I think that's like the last little thing I needed. And then maybe having a different angle on this chair, because this chair really doesn't work with the perspective, because it's a weird perspective. She's almost perfect, which is weird. She actually has, like, a great perspective. I don't know how I did that. That was really good. But, like, the chair, I just could not figure out the right angle on it. I think if I had, like, a 3D model, because now I know how to use Sketchfab, or, well, I know that Sketchfab exists, basically. I think that's what I'm talking about. One second. Yeah, Sketchfab. So I could have just looked up, like, a gaming chair in Sketchfab and got the perfect angle. But back then, had no idea how to do this angle, just guessed, and it kind of worked. Araceli, very solid, maybe a little slip-ups, but it's okay. I think she just doesn't have enough shadow on herself. And she's got a very pointy boob, but you win some, you lose some. Masa, we started slipping up. Kai, completely lost my place. There's still some good things about it, some really great things about it, but I think that was a very weak one. Monica, right back on the full strength. Talib, another solid one, maybe some wonky bits here and there, but it's, you know, a little bit of a stumble, still got it. And then now, really happy with this guy. We just got a few more things to play with, and then we're done. I think we're solidly in good territory. You know, like, I don't think there's any way for me to completely ruin the piece from here. But who knows? You know, like, I could ruin things. I'm good at ruining stuff, making things very hard for myself. I think I added like almost an hour of just talking, but now we're done. We're good. It looks like the recording failed again. What is going on with that? I wonder if it's like a memory thing, like a RAM, like the RAM getting overloaded whenever the clips start to get too long. I should have read whatever the message was, whatever the error code was, so I could look it up. But anyways, now I'm done talking. Gonna keep working. Maybe one more stream, maybe two. I think I'm gonna keep it at one and just have like a really long stream. Should be good for the rest of the month. Another 2 paintings coming after this that are Vampire the Masquerade themed. Then we're gonna have a little bit of a break and just play with more exercises and then more randomly themed drawings. Maybe requests. Who knows? If somebody wants to put in a request, I'm open to trying something new. Bleh. Okay. Oh, I gotta do my plugs and then we're done. So, check out my Instagram. I have not been active. I swear I will finish a painting by next week. I don't know why I'm swearing, and then I'm bold-faced lying to you. I have not even started the next one. I have a finished drawing. I just need to edit it and then put it out there. But for some reason, I just can't sit down and focus on doing it. It's a fully finished, nice one. Anyways. So yeah, gonna finish that. Hopefully by next week and have something on Tuesday. I'll try my best to actually do something maybe tomorrow. I don't know. What is wrong with me? So yeah, sorry. Check out my Instagram, same name as my Twitch channel. It is also linked down there below. You can just click on one of the Instagram link. That's the place where I'm most active. If you already follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I posted my Seattle trip pictures. And you know, that's why I was gone for a week. Lost my train of thought. I also have a DeviantArt. That's also a place where I'm pretty decently active. Pretty decently, maybe a little bit, kind of, sort of, very. Yeah, I'm pretty active on DeviantArt, and I also have like a lot of old pieces. And sometimes, if I feel like a piece isn't good enough or maybe finished enough, I'll post it to my DeviantArt because that's kind of like a dumping ground where I put all of it. You know, like it's everything eventually goes on DeviantArt. So give that a follow. You can also see some of my old artwork, so you can see kind of the progress I made since I think around middle school, high school is whenever I started my DeviantArt. You can see some of my poems if you really want to see how like awful I was as a human being. It's whatever. I am what I was. I don't claim past Raul. But yeah, check that out. Also link down below. You can message me on there, but Instagram and DeviantArt are just like so run to the ground with bots. It's so insane trying to figure out who's a real person. I'm just like almost convinced that everybody who messages me is completely fake, except for family members. But yeah, check that out. I also have 2 YouTube channels. So one is a full stream archive that I will be uploading later. I just realized now I have to edit all these recordings together because they keep ending themselves. That's gonna be fun. Sorry. No. Okay. The ending, this goes on Twitch later, so that's gonna be completely fine. It's the other part where I have to stitch everything together for the edited videos, but that gets edited down anyway, so not too much of a problem. I don't know why my recording keeps stopping. Anyway, sorry. Full stream archive on YouTube channel. So it's Raul A. Pena Full Streams, I think is what it's called. That's the link down below as well. And then the other channel is my highlights time-lapse channel, where all these streams are made into 5-minute digestible chunks. So you can catch up with the stream if you don't have the time to watch the full stream on the archive, or you weren't able to catch it later. You can just watch the 5 minutes, you know, quickly see the progress that I made in that stream, and you're ready for the next one. Those go up every Monday at 3:30, I think. It's been a little while. I'm a bit out of sorts. Stick with me. Please. But yeah, and then whenever I finish a piece, I do what I call a supercut. And that's all the time lapses of a piece cramped into maybe 10 to 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes if it's a really long piece. And you get to see the very, very first few strokes all the way to the final touches. It's really cool. You get to see like the entire process for a piece, how it evolves, and it's really, really entertaining. It makes me look like I'm much more talented than I am. But yeah, look forward to that. I really recommend that time lapse channel. That's probably like the one I like to watch the most. And then I do commissions, so you can see the chart down below. I also am very flexible on prices. I have a chart. You can try to go through that, but if you just want to talk it out, reach out to me on Instagram and or DeviantArt, or send me an email, and we can just talk about it. I really want. I can do comic book characters, your favorite anime characters, or something. One of your Dungeons and Dragons or Vampire the Masquerade, like we have up here. I really like listening to what your character is and trying to make a piece that kind of like shows how cool your character is, giving you those hero shots or those moments in your games that really that you really want to remember. I love working on role-playing characters, but again, I can also do Batman, Hellboy, the Chainsaw Man, whatever you want. I'm really open to giving you something that you can be proud of, or not proud of. What am I trying to say? You can enjoy and keep to yourself. Sorry, my brain is shutting down now, so I hope you get what I mean by that. And then I also, if you don't want to go through the effort of doing a full commission and you just want to make a quick, small, little one-time donation, I also have a PayPal linked over there, and you can just drop me a little bit to show that you appreciate the work that I do and the time that I spend with you guys. Because I'll do this for free, but money feels nice. Money feels good. I like money. Everybody likes money. Or granted, we like what money gives us, but besides the point. Thank you. That should be everything. I'll see you guys next week, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. Bye. Bye.